The Mac Voices update for January 2026. This is Mac Voices. Welcome to Mac Voices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is the January 2026 Mac Voices update, the first one of the year. It seems like I just finished up 2025 and already it's the end of January. But that's probably no surprise because of CES and a number of other things, including a few days spent under the weather. So I'm not quite as far along in producing the CES interviews as I'd like to be or had planned to be, but those things happen. I have no idea by the time you hear this exactly how many will be out, but suffice it to say there are a lot out. There are a lot more coming. And I hope you're enjoying them because we have a great time shooting those and seeing our friends and making new friends at CES, Norbert and I, and bringing it back to you. We try to pick out the things that we think are interesting to us, therefore they should be interesting to you. We only talk to people we want to talk to. And I try to make that point a lot, that I don't walk around the show floor and think, oh, I should talk to this one, I should talk to that one. No. We look for the people that we want to talk to for whatever reason. It may be personal interest, may be professional interest, maybe something completely off the wall. And I did put up a blog post about this because it's a question I get frequently. So you may want to check the Mac Voices blog for that. Because of some of that under the weather time and then the necessary catch up, I'm also a little behind on posting some other things to the Mac Voices blog about CES, but that will come as soon as I get a chance. Other than CES, we've kept the Mac Voices content coming. And as you probably can tell, I've been trying something a little bit new this year, a little bit different, mixing in our regular content so we don't get quite as far behind as maybe we have in some prior years, but also keep the content coming. And trying not to overwhelm you on any particular day. Because of the length of the CES interviews, most of them are relatively short, and so 2, 3, even 4 in a day can basically be the equivalent of one Mac Voices show. So don't be overwhelmed if you see like Mac Voices all over your feeds, because a lot of them are more like bite-sized morsels that you can go through. But if you really are so inclined, read what it's about, and then if it doesn't suit you, skip over it and come to the next one. Because, again, there are a lot of them there, and they are wide and varied. Everything else is rolling along. Mac Voices magazine, we flip all the episodes in there, so you can find that as well as keep up with all the other content that goes in there. There is one thing I want to talk about, though, this time around, and that's Patreon. We'll do the support report in a minute, but I want to update you on something that you may have seen in the news or may not. But Patreon has switched over to the Apple subscription model because Apple required it. And so that means that any subscriptions made through the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad are now subject to Apple's 30% cut. Now, we're not going to get into the politics of this because we've talked about it ad nauseum on Mac Voices Live. I don't have a problem with this because I feel like the App Store gives you the opportunity, the App Store version, I should say, of Patreon and the app gives you a chance to interact with Patreon on its own terms, and therefore it needs to be maintained. So I have no problem with that. But some people do. And so I want to make sure you understand that for every $1 that you pledge in support of Mac Voices, if you use the Patreon app, you will be subject to the 30%. Now, let's be clear. That doesn't cost you any money. And it has no effect on your standing as to platinum, silver, gold, bronze. It's just that if you pledge $1, then 70 cents of it come to me, the other 30 go to Apple, and that leaves out Patreon's cut, which of course is necessary. If you are bothered by that, or you would prefer not to do that and want to make sure that 100% of your donation, or your pledge, I should say, comes straight through to me and to Mac Voices, then you just need to use either the web app, Safari or one of the web browsers, log into Patreon and subscribe that way on your iPhone or iPad, or just go to the web version on your Mac and use that. And in that situation, everything except Patreon's cut comes through. So again, it's completely up to you. But I want to make sure that you understand two things. Number one, it does not affect your standing with MacVoices at all. And number two, it does not cost you anything extra to do one or the other. So the dollar that you pledge in support of MacVoices is only $1 that comes out of your pocket. It's just that there are a couple other hands in the cut as it goes through the system. So that's it. I just want to make sure anybody understands. If you do have any question or any doubt, please drop me an email, chuck@macvoices.com. I'm happy to address it. You can probably find a lot of articles out there about it. I know Patreon has some information up there as well. So with that, that's all we're going to talk about Patreon, except for our support report and our Patreon supporters. These folks have continually contributed to keep MacVoices going, and I really, really appreciate it because the bills are still there. They're not going away anytime soon. In fact, it seems everybody's just raising their prices just a little bit. So any support you can give is absolutely appreciated. But the Patreon supporters are the ones that really keep us going. So this month, January 2026, our Patreon supporters were at Platinum, Ash and Marty J. At Gold, Craig A., Webb B., David G., Robert G., Tim G., and Keith M. At Silver, we had AIM, Baz, Cletus H., Eric B., Brett C., Bruce E., John E., Barry M., Chuck P., George R., Andrea S., and Daniel S. And at Bronze, we had Brian F., Ronald F., Craig H., Clinton M., John M., Kevin K., McCullough, Patrick N., Prop P., and Soyuz. So once again, thank you to all of you folks. You really are the ones that keep us going, and I really, really appreciate it. But I also appreciate everybody out there who supports MacVoices one way or another. If you click through our advertiser links and go to those sites, that absolutely helps because it makes the advertisers happy, and they're happier if you buy something from them. But at least they know that somebody is watching and paying attention to their support of MacVoices. But also, if you buy through any of our affiliate links, again, that's something that doesn't cost you any money, but may kick a little bit of coin back to us to help keep things going as well. Or if you just write a review on the App Store, and this is something I would really, really appreciate if you could take just a couple minutes and go to the App Store and put in some nice things to say about MacVoices, because that helps drive the searches and also encourages other people to subscribe. So if you can do that, that would be very much appreciated. Or if you just respond to our social media posts by sharing them, liking them, reposting them, whatever the particular phrase is on the platform of your choice, because I do try to support a number of different social media platforms to get the word out and also to meet you where you want to be instead of demanding that you go to one social media platform or another. So with that, February starts now, and there is a lot more to come from MacVoices. I'm Chuck Joyner. I hope you will stick with us. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.